For those who are from India, I don't know whether that game is played in the other countries, that's why I'm saying. Remember in school we used to play the lemon and the spoon race? How many of you played that lemon and the spoon race? Huh. Okay, for those who've not played it, we used to hold the spoon here, and then there was a lemon put there. And then we were in the race. But obviously the goal of the race was that when you reach the finishing line, the lemon has to be there. If I drop that lemon and I reach there and say, I'm first, then you're disqualified because you dropped the lemon. So that's life. We are just running. We are all running in the race. Every time there is an achievement, we say, yay, I won. I'm successful. One more achievement. The achievement is not success. The achievement is only an achievement. Success is if the lemon was still on the spoon. And what is the lemon? The happiness, the stability, the health, the beautiful relationships, stress, diabetes, conflict at home, and yeah, I'm successful, I achieved. No, that's just a performance achievement, one part of life, very important, but one part of life. But that's not success, that's a performance achievement. But suddenly living in a world who's only calling performance achievement as success. And so anybody who achieves, everybody says successful. And the same thing we are doing in school, which is very dangerous also. When a child does well, whether academically, whether in sports, whether in anything in the outer world, everybody says successful, successful, successful. The child may be egoistic. The child may not be caring and sharing. The child will hold on to everything, not share with anybody, but does well, everybody says successful. Another child academically did not succeed, but is very humble, very caring. And what does everybody label that child? What does everybody label that child? Say no good, failure. Do you think this is true? This is a right way of living? Is this a right way of living? Which we have become a performance-oriented society. Person is not important, only performance. What do you think is more important at the end of the day, the performance or the person? Person is important. And what do you think, if a person is good, will they automatically perform better than their own capacity? They might not perform better than everybody else, but they will perform better than their own capacity. But most important is those who are carrying good emotional habits and patterns, even if they don't do academically or professionally the best, what should they be called, successful or failure? So we can't change the world, but we can begin the change from home. We can begin the change from school. We can begin the change with our own child, so that allow them to grow up believing that they are successful, even if they are not the top in what they are doing. The doing and the being is, we are not human doings. We are not human doings. We are human beings. All of you have a to-do calendar for tomorrow? Yes? 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10. It's a to-do calendar. Just add one more column to that. How will I be while I'm doing that 7 to 8? How will I be 9 to 10 in the meeting? How will I be 6 to 7 in the evening when I'm with my children? Add a column of to be. And most important, the to be column is not dependent on the to do column. If the meeting goes well, I will be happy. If this deal comes through, I'll be happy. Then the to be has become dependent on the doing. Is the being dependent on the doing, or is the doing dependent on the being? Which one? Don't you think our vocabulary is, if this happens, I will be happy. If tomorrow this happens, I will be happy. If this goes well, I will be happy. We have gone wrong with our basic equations in life. It's the other way around. I will happily achieve that tomorrow. which means my mind is not dependent on the outcome of what I am doing. My mind is happy and stable while doing what I'm doing. And when my mind is in tranquility, then what I'm going to do is always going to be better than my capacity. And most important, if I still don't achieve what I wanted to achieve tomorrow, my mind will not get disturbed because the being is not dependent on the doing. That is emotional health. And low emotional health is the being is completely dependent on the doing. So if equations go wrong, then every problem of life becomes a crisis. It becomes a crisis. And that's why when we say love and forgiveness, so the first person we need to start loving is, actually we need to love only one person. If you start loving yourself, love will radiate from you to everyone unconditionally. Right now what we are experiencing is not love with people, it's attachment. Attachment is normal. Attachment is normal. Today we are like in the kindergarten of emotional health. We talk basic equations, A, B, C, D. Attachment is normal. Attachment is not normal. Attachment is not normal. Attachment is normal. Love is normal. Are they two the same thing? Love and attachment is the same thing? No? We say to them, I love you so much, so I worry for you. I love you so much, so I am hurt. I love you so much, so I am crying. So love cannot have a negative reaction associated with it. Attachment can have. I love you so much, so I have this expectation. Both cannot be normal because both are. Attachment is about, and love is about. Attachment will have expectations. Love will have acceptance. What is attachment? Do you want to get detached from your family members? No, it's very scary, you know? Yes. Because we haven't even experienced the power of detachment. It is the most powerful thing. It's the most powerful thing. But we thought detachment means aloof. Detachment is not aloof. Detachment shifts you from conditional to unconditional. Detachment is not indifference. Detachment is always there, irrespective of what the other person has said and done. So what is attachment? Attachment is like physically when two children are born attached. How does life become for them? Beautiful, no? Everything they're doing together. No? Sit together, stand together, go to school together. Good life? Attached? Joined? No. And so they have to go through a surgery. That is detachment. Is it healthy to do this? Yes. Now what happens? One can sit, the other can stand. If one falls, the other one can. When they were attached, one could never fall. It would always be both would fall. Both would fall. But now when they are operated and separated, one will fall and the other one will. Now check. When someone falls emotionally at home, what's the responsibility of the rest of the family? Emotionally, going through a low phase, going through a failure, going through a rejection, a child is going through some rejection in relationship, some one individual, it could be anyone in the family, is going through a low phase. What is the responsibility of everybody else at home or friends? To be able to bring them out of the pain. Now ask yourself, do we bring them out of the pain or do we also start experiencing pain? If I'm attached, I will experience pain. It can be any kind of pain. It could be just worry. It could just be fear, what will happen to them? But that's also pain. And that's why when we are attached, you know what they say to us? They say, just leave me alone for some time. And we will go there and say, no, I want to sit with you. So please leave me alone for some time. I'll come out. I'll be fine in some time. They say, no, but I want to sit with you. Say, but I don't want to sit with you for some time. Why they don't want to sit with us that time? Because they are in pain. Had we been detached, they will come and sit next to you. Because being in your presence will bring them out of pain. But if I'm attached, then I'm also experiencing either worry or fear, and then when they sit next to us, their pain. So visualize, you're in pain here, and your closest family member is also in pain. So sitting in their presence is only going to add pain to their pain. And that's why they'll say, just leave me alone for some time. And sometimes what happens, they stop telling us what's happening in their life. And that hurts us even more, that you were going through all this and you did not even tell me. And then what do they say? Because I didn't want you to go through pain. But if your personality gave them that confidence that you will not go through pain, then they will come and talk to you. They will not need to go and talk to a counselor. What is the difference between a family and a counselor? A counselor is detached. So they will, or not even a counselor, it could be a friend's parent. Your child can go and talk to friend's parent. Your friend's children can come and talk to you because you're detached. So if your friend's child come and says to you, Auntie, pata hai kya hua? This happened and this happened and this happened. Uncle and auntie will be absolutely stable. Yes. And they will say, it's okay. कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. ये करेंगे, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. Tomorrow, their own child comes and says the same thing. Now that is attachment and detachment. Which one is power? We are not able to help our own people because of our attachment. And that is the reason why a doctor is not allowed to operate on their own family member because of attachment. Because their efficiency. So like they are not able to operate physically, we are not able to empower emotionally. Can we all become counselors? Doesn't mean advising. Just can we become a counselor who can be stable and radiate that power which your family member would want to come and sit next to you. And sometimes, you know what, we can't solve their problem. Some issues are their own issues. Suppose your spouse has some issue at work, you can't do anything about it. But we should carry that aura and that energy where just being with us for some time gives them the strength to go back tomorrow and handle that situation. That is detachment. It's like 4 of a family going for a walk and there was a pit. One stumbled. So what do the other 3 do? They say, we love you so much. This is what is happening. We love you so much. Obviously, I'll worry. Obviously, I will be in pain. Obviously. And sometimes the other person is in more pain than the actual person who was first in pain. Because their emotional resilience could be lower than the first one. And then that person said, like, my mistake, I told all of you all what had happened. I would have handled my issue on my own. And simple things start getting complicated. So detachment doesn't mean indifference. Detachment just means my mind is not attached to your mind. If you're going through pain, I can be stable. If you're being aggressive, I can be peaceful. If you're being rude, I can be calm. This is detachment. And when one is rude or aggressive and the other one is calm, things resolve very soon. But when both are detached and attached and one thing here and the other person also reacts, then simple things get complicated. So attachment is one of our biggest weaknesses. Biggest weaknesses. In Hindi, it's called Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar, 5 vices, which means lust, ego, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, greed, 4th, Moh, attachment, and 5th, Ahankar, ego. So it is a vice. Vice meaning anything which depletes my energy is a vice, and anything which raises my power is a quality. It is that strength. So first thing to love yourself means in any situation, Don't create negative thoughts here, because you are the one who hurts yourself the most. Someone walks up to you and says one line. It's not a nice line. In fact, they were quite rude. But they said only one line. After that, how many lines do we say to ourselves? Right? But when we are saying all those lines to ourselves, it could be at work also. When we are saying all those lines to ourselves, we don't say, I am creating this pain. We say, they are the cause of what I'm feeling here. So love yourself means understand that what they did was an outer world situation. What I am now thinking in response to what they did is completely my power. And love yourself means irrespective of anybody behaving any way with you, just you be nice to yourself and everything will be perfect. We actually need only one person to be nice to us. We are unnecessarily standing in front of the world and saying, be nice to me. You know, even if people are nice to me, if I am not nice to myself, I cannot be happy. Have you ever experienced that you are talking very nicely, being very nice to someone, and yet they are feeling low? Does that happen or doesn't happen? Everyone around them can be nice to them, but they are not being nice to themselves. If that is possible, then the opposite is also possible, that everyone around you is being wrong to you. You be nice to yourself. Because now I know the truth, that who is creating my thoughts and feelings? Who's creating my thoughts and feelings? I. So the only gift we need to give ourselves today, shift from the blame game. And shift from saying they are the cause of what I'm feeling, and start taking responsibility. Speak nicely to yourself. We look at the person and we say, at least you could have said it another way. You could have been a little polite. Even if you had to say the truth, you could have chosen. We have a lot of gyan to give the other people. Don't we tell everybody, you could have done it this way, you could have done it this way, you could have said it softly. You could have waited for me to be in the right mood to say it. We teach them everything. We know it all. The only thing we need to do is, what we are teaching them should only be used for ourselves, because my mind is the only one which will listen to me. Their mind will listen to them. My mind will listen to me. So instead of saying it to them, you could have at least said it a little softly. Just say it to your own self. Think a little sweetly. Don't be so harsh to yourself. They say one line and walk off, and then we say, nobody loves me, nobody appreciates me, nobody cares for me, nobody values me. Those strong statements they did not say. Who made that strong statement? It's me. And then after saying all those strong statements, we look at them and say, you don't love me. Say, huh? When did I say that? Say, I know you don't respect me. It is not they don't love me, they don't respect me. I was not loving myself when I was saying all those things. So the only one who creates terror here, so self-love is what we need to start creating. And self-love only means, even if everything goes wrong tomorrow, even if everyone behaves wrong tomorrow, if everything goes out of control, just talk nicely to yourself and everything will start falling into place. Because it is from here that your life is created. Life is not created outside. Life is not about what's happening to us. Life is about how we are responding to what is happening to us. So when someone comes and asks you, how's life? People come and say, no, how's life? We start telling them what's happening in our life. They said, how's life? They didn't ask you what's happening at work. They said, how's life? Life is here. When this life leaves, this is just a dead body. This is life. So when you ask, how's life? They're asking, how's your mind nowadays? Now close your eyes for a minute. And bring the last time when someone was not nice to you or not right to you. And you've still created those thoughts, but we can change those thoughts right now. So look at the situation. Could be at home, could be at work, could be a neighbor, friend, strangers sometimes. Very clearly hear their words. What did they say? Was it alone? Was it in public? Was it in a group? See the entire scene. And now just check the difference. This is what they said. And now just check, what did I say to myself? And not even what did I say to them, what did I say to myself in response to what they did? Scene is over, but I have still created those thoughts and they are recorded on my subconscious. So take these 10 seconds. You cannot change them right now, but you can change how you think in response to what they did. Change. Shift your thought higher. Shift towards compassion, towards yourself, not even to them right now. They may have said, you're no good, you just can't do this, don't even try next time. It was their personality, their emotional quotient that day. It was their nature, their personality trait. Be nice to yourself. Their words don't create my destiny. My words create my destiny. Record your words on your subconscious. Their words don't get recorded. What you think about their words gets recorded. So change. And as you are changing this, the impression recorded on the soul is shifting. I'm releasing what I created that day, and I'm recording a kinder conversation. Be kind to yourself. Even if I had made a mistake that day, it's fine. Be kind to yourself. Even if I did everything wrong that day, be kind to yourself. It was just a mistake. Kindness. We know how to be kind to people. Be kind to yourself. Appreciate yourself. Say to yourself, I love you so much. I accept you unconditionally. I am always there for you. You can depend on me. You don't need anyone. I'll take care of you always. And as you are changing your inner conversation, you are actually changing your vibration, which is going to reach the other person also today. And this is what is going to resolve conflicts. When I love myself, respect and acceptance for people becomes natural. Say it again to yourself. I love you. I accept you. I care for you. I'm always there for you. Okay, come back. Can we say these 4-5 lines to ourselves every night before going to sleep? Yes? What was the line? I love you. Doesn't it feel nice when someone else says these lines to us? I love you. I care for you. I'm always there for you. We suddenly start feeling so secure, so wanted, so cared for. Next day something happens and it doesn't mean the other person changed or anything. They still hold on to what they said. They still completely believe what they said. It's just that they cannot be my way always. So when they said, I am always for you, I create a visual of what that means. But their visual of I am always for you and your visual of I am always for you is going to be completely different. And so tomorrow when they will behave differently, we're going to say like, yesterday you said, I'm always there for you, I care for you. And what has happened today? You've changed. I'm saying, I have not changed. I still say that. So this is what you said. That's it. Conflict. Because my definition, your definition, my perspective, your perspective is going to be different. So the only person who can say it to me and let me live with that belief that it's always going to be the 100% truth is only one person. Only one person. Because that person is the only person who's always going to be your way. Your parent cannot be your way. Your spouse cannot be your way. Your children cannot be your way. No one can be your way because everybody is a different bundle of personality traits, perspectives, natures, thought processes. But there's only one person who can be my way. So why not just say it to ourselves? Why are we always standing like this? I'll say it to the other person will say it to me. And throughout the day, so many times in the day, we are saying it to the other person. I love you, I love you. It's become like a mantra, saying after every phone call, before every phone call, before every meeting. So many times, we don't even need to say it so many times actually. Why are we having to say it again and again and again and again? Do you remember your parents having said to you, I love you? That means they didn't love us. But they never say, I still keep thinking, because when I hear parents saying it to their children, like, when did my mother say to me, I love you? I can't remember. Because that fashion was not there that time. Nobody was saying it. Nobody was saying it. But we don't need to say it again and again. Just saying it again and again doesn't mean anything. But what it means is it's an energy, it's a vibration. But if you want to say it, then say it to only one person. And to the others, create it and radiate it. Don't just say it. Because if I say to her right now, I love you, I respect you, and next minute she does something which is not my way, and I create hurt, then I'm radiating hurt to her. The next minute I become critical and judgmental. I may smile here, but I'm radiating negative energy to her. So it is not possible, it is impossible to radiate love, respect, care to people unless you are creating it here for yourself. So the only person who needs to be reminded regularly is me, myself. The other people, be rest assured, they will receive it unconditionally. But if I keep saying it to them and they keep believing me, next day they get disappointed. And that's when we start saying, you said it, but this is not the truth. What is the use of being in this relationship? Then it becomes very complicated. So there's only one person whom I need to kind of take care. Self-care is a priority. Self-respect is a priority. Self-love is a priority. Self-acceptance is a priority. Care, respect, acceptance and love of others is a result of that self-care and self-respect. Because when I care for myself, when I'm kind to myself, when I love myself, that means I'm creating only pure thoughts irrespective of what you do. And then obviously love and respect is flowing. It's automatically flowing. But if I'm just being nice outwardly, inside I'm hurt, my expectations are not met, I'm worried, then I'm not radiating any love and respect. So when you say, I love my children, so I worry for them, it's not true. When you worry, you're radiating only worry. Love and worry cannot go hand in hand. It's like health and disease at the same time. A positive vibration and a negative vibration cannot go. So when you worry for someone, you actually deplete them. In Hindi, it is said, Chinta chita saman hai. Chinta chita saman hai. Worry is compared to a funeral pyre. Why? Because chita kaise hoti hai? Dheere dheere jalti rehti hai. So here it is like that. Constant worry is creating negative emotions. What if this happens? What if that happens? What is normal, worry or care? So change your line of worry to care for your child. Same situation, but worry is a lower vibrational energy and care is a blessing. It's a higher vibrational energy. Just by you worrying for them, you disempower them. It's like you deplete that battery. Shift to care. Sometimes we say, I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I don't know what will their future be. Is that how we bless children? Tomorrow if your neighbor comes and says, I don't know what will happen to your child, what would you do? The other person is not allowed to say that. And me in my normal state of worry is saying it like so many. So I have to remember my thoughts have to be higher vibrational energy always. So it begins with higher vibrational energy for myself, and then I master the art of making that my vocabulary. Which today in the world people say, create a thought and manifest it and make it your reality. So what I am going to think repeatedly is going to become my manifestation. It's going to become my reality. So if I say, what will happen, don't know what will happen, what will he do, then really it will become uncertainty. Shift and convert it to a blessing. If someone is unwell at home, what thoughts do we create? Raise a higher vibrational thought. Someone is unwell at home. You want to heal them. What will be the blessing? Create a higher vibrational thought for a not a perfect situation right now. Blessing. Get well soon or higher. Get well soon means right now you're ill. I hope you get well. That is even lower, which means there is a possibility you will not get well. Every word is an energy. Create and use only those words. May God bless you. Means, may God bless you means, maybe and maybe not. Remove the may. Remove the may. The may is an option. The hope is an option. I hope you do well tomorrow. I hope your interview goes well. I hope you do this. Why hope? Say, I am certain. Change the line. Thought will change. Vibration will shift. Energy will change. Reality will change. It is our lower vibrational vocabulary which is changing our reality. And so from Monday morning, I am stressed. I am worried. I am busy. I am tired. I have no time. These are all to be left in this hall before we leave from here. They anyways don't match the nature with which you live in. They don't match at all. Change from I am stressed to say that what you want to become. I am stressed. Everyone said I'm stressed, I'm stressed, I'm stressed. Made it a reality. That's why I said don't allow anyone to say I'm depressed. Never. Depression is not a mood, it's a disease. They can't just use it so casually because they are changing their vocabulary to lower vibrational words. Shabd, words. Careful. It's not cool to use lower energy words. Teach them that. Teach them. They don't have to use the same words which everybody else is using. They have to use the words which are healthy for them. Because the words which I use don't yet just affect here. They radiate to the health of my body. Every time you say, I am busy, I don't have time. Do you say that? I'm busy, I don't have time? Since last 3 days I'm hearing, Hong Kong, busiest city. Hong Kong, fastest city. You can say Hong Kong, beautiful city. You've left your country to come and live here just to say this. we'll use repeatedly, the more and more it will start becoming a reality. So we're never going to say that. Change. I am busy too. I am busy too. Okay, change. I have no time to. I have no time. How often we say, I have no time, I have no time, I have no time. Jaldi karo, jaldi karo, jaldi karo. Change. I have no time to. You know who says, I have no time? Yes. Yeah. Even the doctor will say, इनके पास और समय नहीं है अभी. No, you haven't heard that? इनके पास अभी ज़्यादा समय नहीं है. हम तो रोज़ ही बोलते रहते हैं. I have no time, I have no time. It is an attitude of lack. I and time are now not creating a beautiful relationship with ourselves because I'm saying time is not there with me. So what is the equation that I'm creating with time? You and me don't get along, you're not there with me. Change. I have more time than I need. Abundance. Never use the word of lack in anything, whether it's money, whether it's resources, whether it's health, whether it's time. Someone asks you how you're feeling. क्या बोलूं? कभी ये, न कभी वो, न कभी वो, कभी ये. No. Even if everything is wrong in your body, you say, I'm perfect. Bless yourself so that the other person will also bless you and healing will start. You only have to tell your illness to the doctor, nobody else. Nobody else. And in this beautiful close-knit community that you are living, to never, not at all. Not at all. At least if you're living in the city where not too many people know you and you say it's here, though I think within half an hour it'll spread to every house. And then everyone's going to say, out of concern everybody will say it. Huh? But what will everybody say? You know she's not well. You know she's not well. Do you know she's not well? Do you know she's not? So many blessings. You're not well. You're not well. You're not well. You're not well. Tathastu. Not well. That is called thoughts manifest, become a reality. Sankalp se siddhi. Which means any sankalp repeated will become siddhi. It will manifest. So even if I am unwell, what should I say? How are you feeling today? Perfect, not very good, perfect. Because even if you say very good, they'll look at you, no, but yesterday I heard you're not well. You say, I'm perfectly fine. You tell me, how are you feeling today? Change the vocabulary. Do not dwell on negative words in conversations. And that's why it's not much use sharing your problems with people. We thought sharing a problem makes us feel lighter. Share a problem only if you're getting a solution from the other person. Apart from that, you're just spreading your problem into the energy. Because you have just planted it on one mind, that one mind will share it out of concern, not gossip, out of concern with another mind, then out of good wishes with another mind, and very soon it's your problem which is in the air. And very soon out of concern everybody will say, आपको पता है उनके घर में कितनी बड़ी problem आई है. If you are having a conflict with your spouse, never tell anybody. Don't even tell your parents. Don't tell your parents because they start worrying for you. You share your conflict, next day you both are partying, they are worrying. That is what is happening. Because you forget to call them up next day and say everything is fine. So, what is happening is you are suddenly inviting the vibration of worry into your home because they are attached to you, na? They are attached to you. So, those who are attached to you should never tell them any problem. Because be rest assured you're going to get worry, fear, insecurity in the name of love and care. Don't. Parents call you up, how's everything going on at home? Bolo, perfect is the only word, nothing lesser than that. And you know, when they will put down the phone, they will say, perfect. Everything is perfect in their house. And their blessings will make everything perfect in your house. So be very careful what we tell people, because we are planting a seed over there of vibration. You need help, you need guidance, then you talk to somebody. But just to share information and then allowing them to talk. And what happens, the one you share it with will then perceive it through their personality trait. So even if you tell your parent, you know what, today we had a little argument. Okay, theek hai, normal, put down the phone. Now it depends on what is their magnifying lens. And then they will tell your second parent, do you know what happened in our house today? That's it. So when you're sharing it with somebody, you'll also have to see whether that person is going to escalate the vibration or... So don't spread anything negative about yourself. Then it becomes difficult to heal it. It gets tougher to heal. Many relationships, if you go and that's why if you check, before the era of media and sending messages to parents, you know what happened today, you know what happened today, you know what happened today. In India, it used to be a norm that the girl was not married in the same village. Because you know why? Once you go into the other village, by the time you write a letter to write about what happened in your house, and then it reaches there, and then they reply, and then it reaches there, by that time the conflict is resolved. But now what is happening, there the other person is saying something, I'm typing it to my sister or to my parent or to my friend. And that's when simple things became complicated. Because then from there you get a reply, don't tolerate this, you say this, you do this, you do this. It's like this, na, yeah, it's a phone rakhe. So use these platforms only to create harmony. Don't use them to create conflict. Any difference of opinion between two people can be resolved only by those two people. Even if you go to a counselor, they actually don't do much. You have to sit in front of them and talk. And while you both are talking, the only difference is in front of a counselor, the conversation is a little polite, respectful. So you're able to understand and listen to what the other person is saying. At home, it was going... That's the only reason why we go and sit in front of a stranger and talk. Otherwise, there's no need. What can the counselor do? What can a counselor do? They have no idea what's going on in your house. But what you do is, you listen to the other person while they're talking about you to the counselor in a very detached manner, and you're able to understand, okay, this is what issue they have with me. Okay, this I can change. Okay, this I can do. Apart from that, if you could do the same conversation at home, you don't need a third person. So no one can resolve our conflict. No one can heal my body. The doctor can only give treatment. Healing happens from here. Healing happens from here. A doctor can only give me medication for depression. Healing will have to happen by me. I will have to change my way of thinking. I will have to change my way of living. Nobody can heal me. Nobody can heal my relationship. It's I. Because I created the conflict, I can resolve the conflict. You can go and ask someone, what do you think? How should I think in this matter? That is fine. But going and telling them, do you know what they did? That is waste of time and waste of energy. So moral responsibility comes on myself. So let's write a few affirmations which we want to manifest and make them a reality in our own life. Okay, ready? Write, record, or just remember. Just remember. First one, I am a powerful being. And powerful means I respond, not react. Weak reacts. Powerful responds. I am a powerful being. Second, I am calm and stable always. I am calm and stable always. Third, very important post-COVID, I am fearless, I'm confident. Even if you are not creating fear, there's fear in the air. So I'm fearless, I'm confident. I'm always happy. So if you check, the vocabulary is opposite of our normal vocabulary. I am easy, I have more time than I need. And the same you can write for your financial resources. Otherwise, we always seem to be short of it. And the more we say it, the more we will always be short of it. Abundance is my reality. Abundance. I have more than I need. Then create a sankalp, a thought for your health. My mind and body is perfect, healthy, always. My mind and body is perfect and healthy, always. In case you're going through any ailment or any parameters not normal, you put a separate one specific for that one. And what would the vocabulary be? Suppose I have high sugar levels, then what would the vocabulary be? My sugar levels are normal with the figure. Give the figure there. Please remember, when you create a thought, your body is listening. That thought is radiating to every cell of your body. That is why most diseases are psychosomatic, which is they are starting from the psyche, the mind. Most diseases are lifestyle diseases. And lifestyle is not just eating, drinking, exercising. It is the way I'm thinking, speaking, living, working. Lifestyle. So any ailment, any aches and pains, any clot, any blockage, create a sankalp for that. Then a sankalp, a thought for our relationships. I accept everyone. Everyone accepts me. And my relationships stand on trust and respect. My family is united. I accept people, people accept me. My relationships stand on trust and respect. My family is united. If there is anyone with whom there is an issue, at home, at work, specific one for them. Specific. Because our mind keeps saying, I don't know why I have a problem with them. I don't know why they have a problem with me. And the more I keep saying we have a problem, we will continue to have a problem. So change it to, this is the most beautiful relationship of my life. We accept each other unconditionally. If it's at work, we cooperate with each other. We are in harmony. Taking the name of that person in your thought. So this and me are in harmony. We accept. Otherwise, the tug of war can just get escalated. The conflicts get created in minds, and resolutions are also in the mind. Then a thought for your work, your profession, your career, that you have to create. The vocabulary is whatever you want to do, achieve, become in the next few months, say it has already happened. Not it will happen, should happen, hope happen. It has already happened. I am so and so. Give yourself your role, position, designation, your package. My life is perfect. I'm safe and secure. And last thought, God's power and blessings is a divine circle of protection around me. Create a white divine light energy circle around you. We're living in times where there are a lot of vibrations around us. When you're at a workplace, what is visible is words and behaviors, but what is not visible is the energy of people around you. And sometimes we feel low only because we've been around people who are that day on a lower energy. And their vibrations enter into our energy field. Travel by a train and there is suddenly so much vibration around you. So always wear this. Those vibrations are just a thought, and this is also just a thought. A thought protects me from another thought. So God's power and blessings is a divine circle of protection around me. 8 to 10 thoughts. This is our basic package, which we are going to repeat every single day. In this, you can add anything which is personal. Vocabulary is important. The words have to be accurate. Not should be, could be, has to be, hope, will, nothing. It already has happened. I am that. And now it is not just I am that, you can also do it for another person. You are that. You can do it for your child. Instead of saying, my child is not focused, my child is not concentrating, my child is using screens to, say the opposite. The more you will use these lines, the more it will happen. And it's very, very important, very useful if you get children to start doing this. Children from the age of 3, 4 are able to do this. Just give them a shorter version for themselves. I am powerful, I am happy, I am fearless, I am focused, my concentration is highest, success is certain for me. They will do it without forgetting. Even if you forget, they will not. Okay? Now the best time to do it, 1, just before going to sleep. Because that's the time when the seed is going to go into the subconscious now. In order to lead a high emotional quotient life, we need to experience deep sleep. And many of us don't experience deep sleep. We are experiencing long hours of sleep, not deep sleep. Deep sleep would always be less hours of sleep. And the reason for that is 1, late dinner, heavy dinner. Have a lighter dinner and finish your digestion before you go to sleep. So which means minimum 3 hours before you sleep. You'll get good sleep. Second, disconnect from work communication 2 hours before sleeping. Possible? Which means emails, messages, phone calls, everything. Keep it for next morning. Because don't give your mind work before you go to sleep. Then only the body sleeps, the mind is working. Disconnect. If you're in charge of a team, give this gift to the entire team, to the entire organization. Everyone disconnect. You will create happier homes, happier families. Disconnect. Third, disconnect from any negative media before going to sleep. Content consumption. Content is emotional diet. So the change that has happened in the last 25 years, the big factor is content. Content. So we are the generation who has seen from the first TV and the first phone to 24/7. We've seen so much of it. And in the next couple of years, we're going to see lot of more things. So content can be all around me. It's like a spread on a table, but what I have to eat is my choice. Content creates personality, personality creates karma, karma creates destiny. So content creates destiny. It's not entertainment. It's not entertainment, it's destiny. So why am I more stressed, fearful, agitated? Because I watch that kind of content in the name of relaxation. The whole day was stressed, now I want to relax, so I switch on. You know the name. Even watching the world news is not healthy emotionally. Just read what is happening in the world, safer for the mind. Reading is less impactful. Visual, audio, debate, shouting. Our mind can't take so much. It's already taking enough during the day. Just read what's happening in the world. Why make it a visual audio experience over here? So an hour before sleeping, disconnect. Even social media. Important. Social media creates comparison, competition, and it makes self-respect dependent on other people's approval. So it's low emotional quotient, unless you're just using it to share and forget about how many likes you receive on that. Share and forget about it. But I don't need to share my life and say, like me. Because if we do this, we will not be able to guide our children to not do this, because they are doing it at an age where their self-respect is not even yet developed. They are trying to become like what the world will approve of. So they will start shifting from their original personality and nature just to be the one who gets more likes than others. Very risky. Very, very risky. Social media should not be for school children. Be a little strict as a parent. This whole thing of becoming a friend and not a parent, not a very good idea. Not a good idea. Be a parent who's accepting, whom you can share everything with, but still remain a parent. They have a lot of friends. They have a lot of friends. If a child doesn't listen to a no while they're growing up, life is not always going to say a yes to them. That is why this depression and anxiety is very high, because we are parenting them in a very fragile manner. Fragile physically also and fragile emotionally also. How were we brought up, where we are falling, what we are eating, what we are touching, nobody knew. Today it is you touch here, sanitize, you do this, sanitize. So we are making them very fragile. World will not allow them to be so fragile. You can keep saying, what do you want to eat? What would you wear today? What will you do today? Did our parents ask us, what will you eat today? And we thought how strict they were. They never asked me, what will I eat? I'm going to ask my child every single day. So the parenting style today is to help children to make choices. We say, I want my child to make choices. But life will not always give a choice. Along with teaching them to make choices, I also have to teach them to accept what comes their way as it is. Their spouse is not going to ask them, how do you want me to be, this way or that way? And most important is the spouse has also been brought up that way. So your child is also not going to be able to do that. That is why relationships are shifting. Because they were not taught to accept life as it is. We were taught, this is made, you eat it. Don't want to eat, don't eat. This is what you have to wear. This is where you have to go. We thought that was very strict, and I don't want to be such a strict parent. Thank you to our parents for having brought us up that way. In spite of them having been so strict, even then we are vulnerable today. Can you imagine what will happen 25 years from today if you bring them up so fragile? It won't work. So even if you have all the resources, that little girl is listening and she's saying, oh my God, my mummy will change today evening. It's for their good. You go to schools today, teachers say they don't listen to us, parents say they don't listen to us. That's not parenting. So acceptance, but discipline. Don't feel guilty for going to work, leaving them, and try to compensate for that by just saying yes to everything they ask for. Today you compensate, but tomorrow you won't be able to build their muscle of adjustment and tolerance. By then, it's a little late. And that's why when someone says a no, when life says a no, they say, I don't want to live, I can't handle this. It is not such a big situation in their life. It's their tolerance power which was not created. We receive emails from children saying, someone said a no, I don't want to live anymore. Right? That's how their mind is reacting. Because they didn't listen to too many no's while growing up. So, discipline, strict, with acceptance and love. That is how it has to be. So you can teach them these thoughts and allow them also create it for themselves. So last 15 minutes before going to sleep, disconnect from all this negative media and consume 15 minutes of healthy media, which means healthy content. That's where spirituality plays a very important role. Content which has love, acceptance, patience, compassion, unity, empathy. Consume that content before going to sleep. In the next 6 hours, it will work on your mind. It will create your personality traits and sanskars. And then just before going to sleep, say these thoughts. In fact, before going to sleep, we should write it out. Keep a diary, because by then there's a lot of clutter on the mind. So the saying is not very focused. Let's keep the saying for the morning, the writing for the end of the day. So those are the two times where the subconscious is going to absorb those thoughts. So let's write it and then go to sleep, wake up and start saying those thoughts. And then, of course, we can learn meditation. And when we learn meditation, then that is a deeper level of creating these thoughts. And then during the day, take a minute pause on and off. We call that traffic control of the mind. Taking a 1 minute pause after every 1 hour. We have an application on the phone where we have a light music plays every hour. Take a 1 minute pause. Repeat the thoughts or just sit in silence. It energizes the mind. And during the day, to remember, I am the master. I choose how to respond. I am the creator of my life, not situations and people. My response creates my life, not my situations. Not my situations. And so the time has come to make meditation a part of your life, not an option. Because if you start doing it at home, very soon you will have them doing it with you, the little ones. And even if they don't do it, your vibrations are energizing them. So it's needed now at home. No more an option. And don't believe that I don't have time, because actually building up your emotional health saves a lot of time of unnecessary thoughts and worries. So very soon we have more time than what we had before. And so like Sister Bindu shared, that she stays in Kowloon, but she will be coming here the coming weekend, which is 15th, 16th, 16th, 17th, Saturday and Sunday, and start the basic meditation course, which will be on the weekend. And sister, that is Shashiji, has offered that we can do the course at her place. What time do you think is a good time on a weekend? Morning, evening, afternoon? About 45-50 minutes. Whatever suits everybody and whoever is interested in coming. And there's never any cost attached to anything that happens with the Brahma Kumaris. Never ever. It's just about taking out a little time to learn how to become a master of my life, empower myself, and empower everyone around me. So any preference of time? How early? Is that a good time on a Saturday, Sunday morning after a party in the night? So what you could do is, if you have a group on which all of y'all are there or something like that, before Thursday, decide a time. And then you can just tell Purvi or Shashiji, and they will tell Sister Bundu, and she will come here and share that with us. And then gradually we will build, or we will have, a meditation center here just for you. It has to happen. That is certain.